Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. For seekers of God, spiritual talks of Mahapurush, Swami Shivananda. Continuation of chapter 66, page number 167, episode 138. Reception of mantra by ripe soul. The illumined Guru and his powers. Mahapurush Maharaj throws light on these subjects. As Mahapurush Maharaj was speaking thus, the bell rang for all to partake of the prasada, and Mahapurush ji asked the disciple to go and have it. A little later, an attendant brought some prasada for Mahapurush ji. He sat for his meal, but from the moment he had come from the shrine that day, he seemed to be in a state of afflatus, in a state of divine ecstasy, inspiration. His mind was indrawn, his eyes were half closed, and Mahapurush Maharaj hardly paid any attention to what he was eating. He just put a few morsels into the mouth as a matter of habit, thinking that some conversation might bring his mind down to food. The attendant broke silence with the words, "Maharaj, you had to spend quite a long time in the shrine today for the initiation." Mahapurush ji started as though from sleep and said, "Ah, yes, the man is really very devoted. The Master has bestowed his special grace on him, or else one does not have so much devotion. One can well know the potentiality of a disciple at the time of initiation. Those who are of a high spiritual caliber become spiritually overpowered as soon as they receive the mantra. And there appear such signs as shedding of tears, shaking of the body, standing of the hair on end, and so on. One's power of Kundalini is roused, and one easily gets merged in deep meditation. I noticed this disciple to be of that kind. No sooner did he hear the mantra than his body began shaking. His hair stood on end, and gradually he lost himself in meditation. And what tears of love he shed! Streams of tears rolled down from the corners of his eyes, and that delighted me very much. It makes one very happy to initiate a real devotee, and the imparting of the mantra becomes fruitful. Anyone whose time for receiving the mantra is ripe has the lotus of his heart opened, as it were, to accept it. And as soon as he gets it, his heart enfolds it with the greatest care. All this while, I was thinking of the grace of the Master and nothing else. Oh, in how many ways and how many people he is blessing. Nobody can keep count of the innumerable persons receiving his grace here and in other countries. Glory to the Lord. The attendant: "But Maharaj, not all people have that kind of elation at the time of initiation. Will not those also who do not have this kind of fervor profit by your blessing and progress in the path of spiritual attainment?" Mahapurush ji: "Why should they not? They too will progress, though the advance may be slow. A realized soul has the power to mold the disciple's mind, and in a few days he can turn his mind towards spirituality. The power of a mantra that has brought success to anyone is irresistible when imparted to another. And particularly is it so when it comes through a guru who is himself a realized soul. The master used to say that when the guru is perfect, the disciple's egoism vanishes after only 3 croaks. Footnote. The reference is to Sri Ramakrishna's parable of the snake and the frog. If the frog is caught by an ordinary snake, it goes on croaking for a long time. Neither can the frog escape, nor can the snake swallow it soon. But when caught by a deadly poisonous snake, cobra, the frog has hardly time to croak even 3 times. Mahapurush Maharaji continues, but if the guru is not perfect, the disciple's bondage is not removed, and he does not attain liberation. That is the end of chapter 66. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.